Hi guys, it's Adele, and today I'm just going to show you how I personally sketch faces. So I'm going to start with individual facial features like eyes, noses, and mouths, and then kind of how that all ties in together, and then how I try to convey emotions in my faces. But yeah, there's just some few general things about my personal style. And yeah, I use these all the time. Like I painted this the other day using what I'm about to show you. It's just like a few faces. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's get to it.
My name's Capucine.
I'm Adele.
I'm Zareen.
I'm Naharka.
I'm Taylor.
Hi, I'm Evan.
I'm Indira.
Alright, so I'm going to start by showing you how I personally draw eyes. So first of all, I kind of draw a curved line, kind of like this, and that's the upper part of the eye. And then usually for a happier face, I kind of just go down and then back up, because usually people tend to squint a little when they smile. And then I kind of draw like a little line to accentuate that kind of squinting. But yeah, and then I draw this like a little corner on the eye, and here that's like the pink corner on the other side, and a few little details at the bottom. And then for the upper eyelid, yeah, I kind of just draw a line that's kind of more of a circle going like that. Then I'm gonna put the pupil in. Usually I make that pretty big, but feel free to do whatever you want. In my personal style, I usually leave the whole pupil blank, but of course everyone's style is different. If I were to fill it in, usually what I do is I add kind of a highlight to start. So like this one, there's two, one here and one here, and I'm gonna leave those whites. That's just the sun's reflection on someone's eye. And then I'm adding the iris in and the basic shape of it. And then for the actual eye, I'm kind of drawing lines going from the outside of the eye towards the iris. So yeah, I'm doing this all the way around the eye. Alright. And once I did that, I can just fill in the actual iris while avoiding the actual highlights that I drew. And there we go, that's for filled in eye. But yeah, usually I tend to leave that blank. And then next on, I do eyelashes usually. So for that, I usually just do curved lines all along the top edge, kind of going like this. And then I extend those going out all the way around. So here it's going to be almost straight up. And then as you can see here, it goes more towards the left, and here it's going to go more towards the right. Alright, and then I kind of add some more, connecting to the ones I already made. That way it's a little more diverse. But yeah, so here's the upper eyelashes. Then for the bottom, I kind of just add some wherever I feel like. But yeah, feel free to do whatever you feel like, and kind of just explore and play with it. And yeah, so usually that's kind of my eye, but then I add an eyebrow, so I kind of just draw a general shape, kind of like a line. That's kind of going to be my guide. Sometimes I kind of go more up, that's kind of more for a more sad expression. But yeah, so I'm just going to go like this for now. And I just draw lines going kind of all over, but still going kind of the same general direction. Alright, and that's just going to be my general kind of eye. Alright, so next I'm going to show you how I draw noses. And actually I draw these pretty simplistically, so usually they're just going to be like 3 lines, like one like that, and then a tiny one that has a tiny loop here and going like this. So this is super easy, super quick, super simple. I don't usually draw faces head on, so this is more for a profile. But yeah, I mean, otherwise sometimes I add a circle just as a guide, and then I follow it add that little end, and then I erase the circle at the end, and voila! Alright, so next I'm going to show you how I draw mouths, and that's also pretty easy. Usually it's just a few lines, so I draw the corners a little thicker, and then go down, and then like that. So that's just going to be the general line, and then kind of fill it in. Those are my lips, general line, and kind of add this for a smile. So yeah, I kind of make a few different emotions with that. You can have the general, like pretty basic one, but yeah, I kind of just do whatever. For something a little more complicated, I fill it in with shapes, just as a guide. So I put 2 circles and then one kind of oval bean shaped at the bottom, and that's my background, and then I'm going to use a black pen just to show you the actual outline. So I start in the middle here and go out and then back up and still do that little ending that's a little thicker, and then do the same on the other side, and then kind of connect that with the top part, and then go down to the bottom. That gives me a pretty nice, more detailed mouth. Now for the actual face, usually when I start a drawing, I just put a big circle like this, one going like this, one going like this. And basically this is going to be kind of the general shape of the face until the nose, which should be around here. This is going to be my eye line, so my eyes are going to be somewhere on this line, and the nose is actually going to follow this line. And then I usually start with the eyes, put those on that line I drew.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna add some eyelashes. Alright, now for the nose. So yeah, pretty simple. Just goes out and back in. And then the little curved line. And here we go. So then I erase part of the circle I made just so that it doesn't get in the way when I draw the mouth.
You do it in the streets. You do it at home.
Alright, and so that's kind of my basic face sketch. I'm just gonna add the basic outline, kind of goes in towards the eye and then back out a little bit just for cheekbones, all the way to the chin. So usually I make the chins a little more pointy. But yeah, feel free to do whatever you want, and don't forget that, you know, erasing or starting over is always fine, although, you know, it's always good to practice and just do whatever you feel like you should do. And yeah, it's never an issue if it doesn't always look exactly like what you had in mind. Just practicing is something that's really important. Alright, so that's kind of my basic face. And then for hair, I usually, when I'm sketching, I usually do something pretty basic. I'm gonna use purple for this. So this is for kind of wavy hair. I go in and then back out. And yeah, I kind of just draw lines that kind of cover part of the face. And there we go. And now that I'm done with that, I erase the parts that actually cover the face. And this would be my final product for a sketch, and then later on, once you fill it out, you get like stuff like this, what I showed you earlier. And yeah, you can always do whatever you want, fill in the irises, but yeah, that's just how I do it. With that, I'm just going to show you a few quick sketches of kind of some more emotions. So this is going to be someone who's a little more sad. So usually when I draw people that are sad, I kind of draw their eyes going down, like they're looking at the ground. So usually that means the eyelid isn't going to be as high because their eye is more towards the ground, and then more of above and under like lines, and then kind of eyebrows that are kind of slanted, usually like this. The nose doesn't really change at all. In my style it's kind of always pretty much the same. And then a mouth with no corners, kind of just slopping down. And yeah, that's basically it for that. And then the face shape again. And then for someone who's a little happier, I'm just gonna go like this. So starting with the eyes, I just do something a little more open eyes, with the corners that are kind of like going down and then up, and then that shows kind of like squinting. Usually when you smile, your eyes squint a little, so that's why. And then, yeah, so here also lines going kind of curved up, in contrary to this where it's kind of like eyes. I kind of just center the pupil, and then again, I don't make the eyelids too big since their eyes are pretty wide open. And then I kind of go with whatever eyebrow shape I feel like, because when you're happy, yeah, it depends, but you can have like even an eye shape like the one I drew when you're sad, kind of like this, because that would be kind of more of a smirk, like if I draw the mouth smiling. That's more of a smirk kind of like effect. But for this one, I'm just gonna do some pretty basic eyebrows. Just go like that. And then I drew the mouth, I'm gonna draw that again, but basically, just like I showed earlier, curved up again. And then I fill in with the lips. Usually just add a little thing like this, and voila, that's my happy face. So yeah, these are usually pretty messy at first, and then I kind of clean them up. But yeah, that's gonna be just a few emotions today. But you can convey really a lot through faces, so just feel free to just play around with it. Do whatever you feel like trying out, and yeah, just see how it goes. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. And of course, this is just like my personal style. Of course, everyone's style is bound to be different. But yeah, I hope you at least learned something. Of course, I'm still learning, so if you have any comments or tips and tricks, feel free to let me know. I'd really appreciate that. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching today's video, and we hope to see you again.